Hindutva has been weaponized by the people who are afraid of it. But you see, as Hindus, we have no desire to weaponize the culture that we're practicing because it has to be taught in a friendly way. There's no such thing as a Hindu going out in the world with a gun and saying you must believe in reincarnation. It's laughable. Ask any Hindu that. Say, would you take a gun out and try to make everyone believe in reincarnation? They'll kind of giggle and go, no, I'm sorry, I would not do that. We don't do that, I am a Hindu. So where did this all get started? When India got colonized. So Hindutva was the term for people who were trying to get the colonizers out of their country. And you think that's a problem? Ooh, Hindutva. Ooh. If criminals had came to your home and taken it over and stolen everything, and then you came with the police and tried to take it back, do we have a problem here? Or are you just trying to move back into your home? Namaste, and welcome to Vedic Vidya. My name is Jeffrey Armstrong, Kavinda Rishi. Vedic Vidya is available exclusively on Chitty Media English channel on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. Our topic tonight is who is trying to dismantle Hindutva, or why the Vedic culture is such a threat to Christian and Islamic cultures. Having only one lifetime is frightening. I'd like you to meditate on this for a moment. Just imagine you only have a day to live. You find out right now, while you're watching this video, that you only have 24 hours to live. Would you keep watching? Or would you say, whoa, that's scary. Okay, there's some things I've just got to go do. And start running around trying to figure out what to do with your remaining 24 hours. It's very important that you understand this. Just try to take some time and grasp that whatever we do in life is in a context. And the context, how dangerous the context is, how frightening it is, very much influences the way we live our lives. And you're so used to it. It's so normal, so-called, for Islamic culture, Judaic culture, Christian culture. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you the facts. They are one lifetime religions. Western civilization, no better, perhaps worse, material science, has no viewpoint about who we are in any kind of sacred or divine way. It's just all about inventing stuff and living for one lifetime, and then you're done. Well, these are not the most interesting worldviews, frankly. That's all I can tell you. And if that is the amount of time, and there's any danger that would come from the way you're living your life, do you understand? This idea has been used to intimidate people for thousands of years. They've been told there's only one life. In fact, the story goes on that previously they were somehow evil, and so they even started this one out at a disadvantage. And if they don't live one lifetime, some way perfectly up to someone's standard, then they're going to go, I don't know, to some horrible place of suffering. Do you like that story? I don't. It sounds horrible. It's a horror story. One lifetime, you're done, goodbye. Now, this isn't just wish fulfillment. This is making sense out of life. So I wanted to say this to you before I say the word Hindutva. So first of all, Hindu is a made-up word that came about during colonization based on the Sindhu River. Some say that the Persians and others on the other side of that river could not say the S. It's quite common in linguistics to make the S into an H, and called it the Hindus, the ones the other side of the Sindhu. Now, none of us who are practitioners of the Vedic Sanatana Dharma culture resent that word because everyone's using it. We would rather just use it also so that you know who we're talking about. Whereas you might need to get your Sanskrit dictionary out when I say Vedic Sanatana Dharma Sanskrit culture. But that's the official name of the civilization. And India is not the name of the culture either, the country. It's actually called Bharat. And there's a famous book called the Mahabharata, written 7,000 or so years ago, about that great culture of Bharat. But you see, just to not make life so difficult, and because Bharat, India, the home of the Hindus, the Hindu Vedic Sanatana Dharma Sanskrit culture, that culture was colonized by people who didn't want to know anything about it. At least not the part that inconvenienced them, which is what? Religion. And by the way, the culture of India, the culture in that Vedic civilization, does not call itself a religion. Religion is religare. It means bound by a book of rules. That's what Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are. They are the three Abrahamic religions. Whereas to be Hindu is not to be religious. Not against it either. It is to be a practitioner, not a follower, of the Vedic, Hindu, Vedic, Sanatana, Dharma, Sanskrit culture. It's a very specific worldview. And this worldview does not believe that it is useful to conquer others and try to force your beliefs upon them, because this worldview sees all of us as immortal divine beings who have many, 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 many lifetimes, as many as you want. From where you are right now listening to me speak, I and you, if I'm still around when you're listening, we all are immortal beings. So if the body you're in breaks down and is no longer useful, you'll go to another one, and another one, and then another one, and then another one. Just like classes in a university. In fact, I call it the university. That's the Hindu, Vedic, Sanatana Dharma, Sanskrit, cultural way of talking about our situation. Everyone's. But you see, there's no such thing as a Hindu going out in the world with a gun and saying you must believe in reincarnation. It's laughable. Ask any Hindu that. Say, would you take a gun out and try to make everyone believe in reincarnation? They'll kind of giggle and go, no, I'm sorry, I would not do that. We don't do that, I am a Hindu. They're saying that for your benefit. I am a follower of a viewpoint that respects every living entity, that wouldn't think of forcing them to a viewpoint, that sees the divine in everyone. This is also why, originally, before colonization, before Islam and Christianity were violent in India, before outside forces came in using violence, in the culture of India, nobody coerced someone else to hold a particular viewpoint. And if they did, they were the extreme minority, and they weren't Hindu. So let's be clear. Hindutva has been weaponized by the people who are afraid of it. But you see, as Hindus, We have no desire to weaponize the culture that we're practicing because it has to be taught in a friendly way. Just try to think of it this way. Is the Supreme Being angry and dangerous or friendly and your best friend? If there is a Supreme Being. I don't mind. If you say, I'm not sure yet, great. That's fine. That's intelligent. But at the same time, if there's a Supreme Being who made all the flowers and birds and everything, made it so beautiful, made the world, this incredible, beautiful world, if anyone's that smart, what's the likelihood that they're a despot and can't wait to hurt you? To someone who's a Hindu, that's a laughable idea. We laugh and go, no, no, no. I'm sorry, but you are already misunderstanding. Do you understand? You shouldn't be afraid of the source of all beauty. You shouldn't be afraid of Hindus. Because Hindus, the worst thing they're going to do is talk too much. The worst thing they're going to do is tell you about their library. So there's a saying, which is, England conquered India for 200 years with gunpowder. And then India conquered England in 50 years with curry powder. This is an example of the way that the Vedic culture, the Hindu culture, someone who's Hindutva, this is what you should be afraid of. They would serve you a wonderful meal. They would look at you as a friend. They would share their culture with you if you're interested in, if you want to know. So Hindutva has not been weaponized because it doesn't need to weaponize, and it won't, except to protect itself, but not to go attack anyone. So I've made a little saying. This will help you to understand. The Hindu Vedic Sanatana Dharma culture is only shared by friendly conversation, not by coercion, not by conversion, only by friendly conversation. So I'm Hindutva. I stand for these principles. And you can imagine what kind of politics comes out of it. One that doesn't exploit the earth relentlessly, but believes in ecology. Would you like to see other species continue to thrive or be destroyed? Continue to thrive, thank you very much. Do you have respect for all creatures? Well, from a Hindu perspective, they all. May I give you the name? They're all an Atma. The same immortal being that's in us, same kind of being, which is called the Atma, is present in every creature, every plant, every independent animal that has a birth of its own and is experiencing life from its perspective. So if you're a Hindu, you hold this belief. Now, are you afraid? Are you shaking that, oh no, the Hindus will take over and we'll all believe that everything is sacred? Scary, huh? No. So this whole idea that you should be afraid of Hindutva, or even that there's a caste system. I mean, in every culture there are people who don't treat each other well sometimes. But the basis of the Vedic civilization is that you're not your birth. You're not your body. You're not those things. You're not your genetics. So really, honestly, Western civilization has a caste system because we believe people are their material categories. Now that's caste. And after all, in Western civilization, don't you pass your wealth on to your children? Don't you know that's a caste system? And everyone never tell you? That's a caste system. You're giving millions of dollars, and if you're a billionaire, you're endangering the world to your perhaps uneducated or not very sophisticated child. You're just giving enough money to alter the course of history. This is a caste system gone bad. Ooh. This is not Hindutva. So where did this all get started? When India got colonized. So Hindutva was the term for people who were trying to get the colonizers out of their country. And you think that's a problem? Ooh, Hindutva. Ooh. If criminals had came to your home and taken it over and stolen everything, and then you came with the police and tried to take it back, do we have a problem here? Or are you just trying to move back into your home? So, the thing to know is the Hindus in the Hindu Vedic Sanatana Dharma culture have not yet actually recovered from the terrible things done to them in the last 400 years by Islam, Christianity, colonizers, people who took their wealth, enslaved their culture, and they're trying to recover their balance. And Narendra Modi is a wonderful, intelligent, dedicated, truth-telling person who's the first Hindutva ruler that India has had for 1,000 years. Think of that. Imagine if the King and Queen of England had to go into exile and the whole culture of England was in exile for 1,000 years. And finally, somehow they made their way back. You get it? So there's no threat from the Hindus. They're just going to tell you about yoga, but only if you want to hear. They're going to teach you how to cook better, a system of medicine that keeps you healthy, a system of practices called yoga that show you how to live better in your body. So if anyone has convinced you to be afraid of the Hindu culture, I'm sorry, but that is just completely wrong. You should be afraid of violent cultures. You should be afraid of cultures that make you afraid. Even the way this pandemic is being handled is a fear-based method. It's not a friendly method. That's what's wrong. I mean, we all know there are diseases. We all know that we've got to do something about it. But forcing everyone and coercing them with mandates and laws and forcing one system of science upon people, this is a problem. And it's part of a larger problem, which is we live in a violent world. But the last people you have to worry about are those who are Hindutva. The ones you should really worry about are the ones who have billions of dollars without the moral compass to use it, are the ones who are trying to go to Mars instead of increase the benefits of life on our planet, for the ones who are using everything up and owning everything without responsibility, for governments that use weapons to coerce people into their political views. And I can assure you that if India took over the world tomorrow, Hindutva would say, well, everybody, the first thing is, namaste. Let's try to find a way to live together in spite of our apparent differences, because we all are immortal beings. We all can do this. We're living on Mata Bhumi, Mother Earth. That's Vedic, Sanskrit, for Mother Earth, Mata Bhumi. And Bhumi gave us human. We're all the humans here on our Mother Earth. And if I say to you, let's all work together to preserve Mother Earth so that future generations have a life, would you say my politics is dangerous? This is Hindutva. Hindutva says exactly that. This Hindutva is the least of your worries. And therefore, the next time you see someone who's Hindu, try this. Walk up to them and say, namaste. Would you tell me a little bit about your culture, please? Would you teach me some Sanskrit words so I can understand what the word Veda means, or reincarnation and what causes it? Hindutva simply means I support and embrace and stand for the sacred culture that sees all living entities as divine and wants all of them to find a way to live together on Mata Bhumi for everyone's mutual benefit. Vedic Vidya means shining the light of truth. Tune in to Vedic Vidya on the Chitty Media English channel on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. My name is Govinda Rishi, Jeffrey Armstrong. See you next time, and have a Namas day.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.